Hello, hello everyone, to all of our amazing faces that I see here in the room, as well as to everyone who is watching us currently live streaming. Welcome to our Build to Grow seminar, where we're going to be talking about all of the business services that we offer here at Shell FCU, as well as just an amazing story of a local business owner. And I will introduce our guest speakers to y'all in just a minute, so I'm very, very excited for that. But I'm just very excited to be here. You know, whether you are launching your first business or if you've had a business for a while, we are going to have some really awesome information, tools, advice, life experience for you all today. And today is all about connecting with each other and growing. So I'm very excited about that. Oh, I knew I was going to mess that up. So welcome. Just a quick introduction to myself. My name is Audrey. I am the digital media specialist here at Shell FCU, which basically means that my job is to hype up the credit union, especially in our online spaces. But one of the things that is one of my favorite parts of the job and something that I'm really, really passionate about is that I have the opportunity to kind of coordinate a lot of the educational content and stuff that we do, which to me is the lifeblood of what we do here at Shell FCU. I mean, yes, we have products and services, but I think at our core, we are passionate about education, and we are passionate about partnering with our community, whether that's business owners or just other members of the community. So I'm very, very excited to be able to share that with y'all today. We're gonna go very quickly through kind of what the agenda of tonight is going to be. So we got through the welcome already, so congratulations, welcome. Next speaking, we will have Crystal Damian. Crystal Damian is the business services manager here at Shell FCU, and she's going to be talking to us about all of the different products and services offered here, as well as some of the tools that we have for business owners. And then we have Crystal Coges and Jaime Hernandez, who are going to be here. They are local business owners who are going to be sharing their experiences, how they got started, maybe some pitfalls that they've had along the way that they've learned from. So that's going to be very exciting. At the end, we will have a brief Q&A where we will have the opportunity, y'all can ask us some questions, anything that that comes to mind during our presentation. At the end, we have a door prize that we're gonna be giving away. So if y'all were able to do the little entry form on your way in here for those who are here in the room with us. If you are watching us online, we will be doing a giveaway, and we'll have some more instructions for that at the very end. And then we'll have an opportunity at the end for some refreshments, networking, anything like that if y'all want to hang around, chat, whatever floats your boat. And just a couple of housekeeping things. The restroom, if y'all need to get up and go to the restroom, obviously, just get up and go. That's going to be out, and you're going to make a left when you go out the door, and then it'll be on your right, a little ways down. Yeah. All right. Let's go ahead and hear from Crystal Damian. Here is the microphone.
Thank you. Well, welcome everybody. Thank y'all so much for taking some time out of your evening to be here with us tonight to just hear about and learn about things that are, beneficial for you as a business owner. Just so I know, how many of you have already registered your business or have a business registered? Okay, for the most part. And some of you are here to learn on what you need to be able to get that business started. Okay. So here at the credit union, we've been serving our community for over 80 years. And I don't know if some of you got to hear me speak with, I think it was Michael here. We've always offered basic checking accounts, savings accounts, but we were really wanting to expand our reach and really serve our business members. For many years, we didn't have those additional services that a lot of business owners need to be able to work efficiently, right? And so we launched about 3 years ago, almost 3 years ago, our business services team. And with that, we launched business lending products, an additional treasury management services, which are essential for a business owner. So part of that was to, again, be able to serve all of our business members. Here we do focus a lot on being community-based and being here for our members and trying to answer as many questions possible. Now, we won't be able to answer what type of business should you open, but we can definitely, if you have questions about different entities, we have a team here from our business team that will be glad to answer any questions for y'all with that. And in addition to that, I did want to reiterate, if y'all are familiar with our website, under the business tab, if you go to the online resources, we have a business wellness link that has so many beneficial topics for y'all, such as bookkeeping, getting a business started, things that will really benefit y'all. So please utilize that to your advantage. We have that out there for our members. So feel free to click on that. And again, it's under our business tab. And then if you go to online resources, you will see business wellness. So check that out. Yes, sir.
And you have to have a business account or?
No, that's free to anybody that visits. Yes. Mhm. So, for us, it's important that you have a good banking partner, whether that's here with Shell or whoever else, just ensuring that you have the tools to be able to run your business, right? Some of the ways that we do that is by offering business checking accounts. And as y'all know, some of you may or may not know, a lot of the bigger banks and those that are the majority players out there, they'll charge fees. And especially for a lot of small business owners, those fees can add up, and every dollar counts. So here at the credit union, we do offer basic free business checking account. Yeah, that's right, free checking account. You don't have to have minimum amount of transactions. You don't have to have a specific amount of balance at the end of the day, at the end of the month. It is truly free. And with that, you get your debit card, you get online banking, so things that will be able to help you get up and running, right? And so for us, even though it's free, it probably costs us more than it would cost you. We want to be able to offer that to our business members. Now, for those that have a large amount of money, we also offer a dividend earning checking account, which is our premier checking account. And for that one, like I mentioned, you can earn money, so make that money work for you. And you'll earn dividends on having 10,000 average daily balance, $10,000. If you don't, there is a monthly service fee with that. But again, that's just going to be for those that need that type of product. Otherwise, we have our basic checking account. And then we also offer other high yield earnings, such as CDs, money markets, that will be beneficial to y'all. So in addition to that, we also offer treasury management services. So what does that mean? As a business owner, efficiency is key, right? You don't want to be sitting there writing checks, mailing them out, having to come in and deposit checks. So some of the things that we offer that can make your life easier is Business ACH. So Business ACH is a service that you can go online onto your digital banking platform, and you can pay out vendors. So you have your local vendors that you have maybe that net 60 day that you need to pay them. You can set it up online and send them out, no more writing checks. If you're one of those businesses that deposits quite a bit of checks, maybe like a landscaping company, then you don't have to come into the branch. We have remote deposit capture that can allow you to make those deposits from your office at any time. So you don't have to be waiting on the time that we open, the time that we close to make it to the credit union. You can just make those deposits from your office. In addition, something that we just rolled out recently and I'm really excited for is sweep services. So for those that don't know, sweep services is a service that will allow you to automatically set a threshold. Let's just say $5,000. You don't need no more than $5,000 in your checking account. You can set that limit. Anything above that can go to a higher yield earning account, like a money market. Or if you wanted to pay down a loan, you can set it. Anything above $5,000, go straight to pay down on a loan. And that is daily. So at the end of the day, you're either earning money, so your money is working for you because you're earning on that, or you're saving money because each day that overage from your funds are paying down on those loans and saving you interest. Again, every dollar counts, so we have different services for you. In addition to that, I know one of the biggest things that a business owner needs is capital, right? Working capital is one of the ones. And we have those options available to y'all. We have from business lines of credit to business unsecured term loans. We have credit cards. If you need a vehicle, we have business autos, commercial vehicles, equipment loans, and the list goes on. So capital is something that you can finance with us. Now, are you needing to be established? I know a lot of times, a lot of lenders out there don't want to see a business if it's not established for more than 2 years. Not here. So if you're starting up, even if you're less than 2 years, we can take your application and have our underwriting team look at that. We have helped many, many members start up their business. Crystal with Gail and Alfredo is one of them. But we have helped many members that are starting up because that's one of the ways that we're going to be able to help our community. So having good ways to be able to fund or get funding for capital, we're here for you. So in addition to that, does anybody have any questions in regards to anything that I have said? No? All right. Well, that's it for me. I know there's quite a bit. If y'all get any questions, we're going to be here. But Ashley, did you have any other questions?
I do have a question that I would like to ask and see if you can provide some insight, because this is something that I always think about. If someone was starting a business, at what point would you recommend that they start a business account versus simply using maybe a personal account that they already have or a new one that they were going to start?
Yes. So good question. So with that, you want to start it right away. As soon as that business is established, open that checking account, open that savings account. It is essential for you to start kind of separating those expenses and those revenues and really try to not commingle your funds, your personal funds with your business funds. So there's no time limit that you need to wait, whether that's 6 months or a year. You can start it right away. And start really separating that. And it's really going to help you be able to keep up with your bookkeeping, your expenses, and ideally help you be able to do that year-end summaries that you'll need to do, like we all have to, at the end of the year. So, yeah, right away would be my recommendation.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much. All right. Thank you so much, Crystal, for all of the insight that you provided. I'm sure we'll have some more questions for you at the end in the Q&A. We will continue on to speak with our next Crystal. Thank you so much for being here. So Crystal Kogis is a business owner who is going to provide some amazing insight to you all about her story building a business.
Hi, everybody. You want to come over here too? This is Jaime Hernandez. He's also part of the business. He is the manager on our accounts. We are new to owning our business. We started this about 2 years ago. We are in the transportation industry. Both of us has been inside the transportation industry. I've been on the inside for 17 years. He's been on the outside of it, driving for 20. We finally decided that we wanted to take our next step into the transportation world and actually trying to start building a small fleet. And of course, it always starts with one, right? So about 2 years ago, we formed our LLC, and our biggest struggle was trying to find a place that we could purchase our tractor from because it was so new. That was a very hard struggle for us. We went to different places. Some of them they would take us, but then it would be very high interest rate. And of course, when you're making these kind of decisions as well, you got to have to focus on your revenue that you're going to be paying off. And so with Shell, I was banking personally with Shell, and I've always had a good experience with them. And I came in here to try to get a business loan, which we had just established the business. We came in, we opened up the business checking right away and savings. We eventually did try to purchase our tractor for the first go around. It was approved, however, it wasn't approved for the full amount. We had resources in our business that could have covered that, but it would have kind of put us on a lower end on where we wanted to put the refund, the money in there.
All of our resources that we had in hand at the time. And, it was early, so we had limited resources at the time, so we had to generate and pay us as we went. So what we did was we applied for the loan. It was approved. Obviously, we couldn't do it at the time, so we took a smaller loan to buy what they call an auxiliary power unit for the truck, which allows me to sleep with good air conditioning and not have to idle the truck all night.
Helps
Say-
lower our fuel
and the
consumption as well.
fuel cost. So it was $8,000, and we took it out for 3 years. We were able to pay it off in 1 year. After that, we had already stopped thinking.
Started establishing
to her,
the credit with her.
Yeah, so we were able to get the loan for the amount of the truck that we were desiring to purchase at the time. And now we're making payments on that, and we're still growing. So hopefully, within the next year or two, we'll have more equipment to
To be able to purchase the next one.
Yeah.
And, in the very beginning, when we were going through all of that, because, starting a business credit is something also is a little difficult, because you don't have that line of credit yet with your business. And so having to go through those processes of knowing what we need to do. Crystal was amazing, walking us through that process, telling us, maybe we should wait just a little bit longer, let your business grow a little bit. And so with the advice of Crystal, we got to the point faster than what we had originally anticipated, to start building our business. Some of the key things that we did learn, when we were going through all of this, is to make sure that you're not making emotional decisions. As a business owner, you want your business to grow, and you want it to grow fast, right? You're ready to make money. You're ready to do the things that you want to do for other people and service your customers. But sometimes making those emotional decisions, because you're wanting that gain, is not the best for your foundation, for your business. So sometimes taking it a little bit slow, getting yourself organized, making sure you're building a good, solid foundation for your business to grow. It's the best way to go sometimes. And sometimes it's going to take building that line of credit, taking something smaller, showing the trustworthiness, building that good relationship with Shell and, the company, that we are a solid foundation and we're going to be able to pay back any kind of loan that, we come and ask for. Sorry. Some of the things that we really wish we would have known earlier is when we came up with the idea that we were going to go start, and we're like, oh, it's going to be easy. Let's just go get a business loan. And the struggle of knowing that it is hard to start that business, and you have to be in business for 2 years. To actually start getting the money and the funds that you need in order to grow. Those are some of the things that, we had to walk through those processes. And luckily, Crystal and them, when we did come to Shell, they were really good at walking with us, saying that, okay, we understand you're new, but we're here, so let's see what we can do. These are things that you can improve on your side, so that way the underwriter at that, when you go back in, you'll be one step closer, or you'll be ready to go into getting those business loans. So that was a lot of what we learned, just taking your time, understanding your industry that you're getting into is huge, because we all have great wants and ideas, but you have to fully diverge in knowing what your business is going to provide and how much business revenue you're going to be able to make. And when you receive that money in, always putting, take paychecks and cut them out, put the money back to invest into your business so that way your business can continue to grow. It's the biggest thing you can do. Kind of what we learned. That's it.
I'll say some things. Thank you, Crystal. I'll say some things. And like she mentioned, well, I promise she's not a paid actor. I promise. But like she mentioned, sometimes the answer may not always be yes, right? It might not be what you want to hear. But we are here for you. We want to build that relationship with our business members. Like she said, it's very important for us to build a relationship. And I don't know if many of you have an account with us or have a specific rep on the consumer side, the personal side that you like to deal with. But that's essentially what we love to do also on the business side, is build that relationship. And we have our specific business owners that will come, and we're going to be here for you. And like she mentioned, maybe the answer at the beginning was not a full yes, but we'll work out a plan, and we'll work. And as long as you're willing to work with us, we're going to work with you, and we're going to be in this together, and we're going to be able to help you grow. But building that relationship is essential for us to be here for you. So.
I'm so sorry.
No, you're good.
And one of the other things about Shell that was very stood out for us is that they were really fast at getting back when we had questions. They always had somebody live. Some of the other places that we did, look into, it was hard to get in to talk to somebody just to have a question that we had. Poor Crystal, she probably got so tired of me because I'd be like, one more question, what do I do here? And she's like, this is what you do. And I really appreciated that personal interaction that Shell did provide for us. And even when it came to purchasing our tractor, because where we were purchasing it from before was at a company that we were working for. And during the whole title transfer, everything, we couldn't get where the tractor was at to come into the office. So Crystal and her team actually came to the business where the tractor was currently owned, and they came in to sign the paperwork, collected their stuff. And I mean, that to me, that's above and beyond what a financial institution would do for somebody like me who's trying to start off and building my business to make it to where we're trying to go. We're slow right now, we're small, but with time, I know we will be to where we want to be eventually. And it was thanks to her. She was truly an amazing person. I can't say that enough. That's it.
Thank you. No, but we're here. We have Alma Limas in the back, and we have Zoe Platt in the back as well. They're here to answer any questions. They're part of our business team. Our business team is small, but we're mighty. And so if y'all have any questions, we're here for you. So just remember, who you partner with for these banking is important. So whoever you choose to go with, just keep these things in mind. One is to ensure that you're being efficient with your funds. Making sure that you're making your money work for you is essential. And just making sure that, you're able to really have a good account that's going to be able to help you separate those personal expenses from your business expenses, and being able to have a partner that's going to be with you to be able to help you grow. All right?
Thank y'all so much. Very, very cool to hear from both sides of it, from the financial side of it and then from the business owner side of it. We will be moving on to our Q&A really in just a second, but I have a couple questions, if it's okay. I love asking questions. My first question is going to be for you, Crystal. So this is my favorite question, and I think I remember we've done a webinar together before, and I asked this question, and I love this question. Let's say that I have a business idea right now. I just came up with an idea, and I'm like, I need to take my very first step. What do I do? Who should I talk to? What should I ask? What is my very first step as a business owner?
Yeah. So your first step is going to be, one, ensuring that you get a business established, whether that's going to be a sole proprietorship or an LLC or a corporation or a partnership, if you have a partner. Making sure that first you register your business, right? Going to the right, whether that's the Secretary of State, if you're gonna, file a legal entity, or if you're gonna go to the county and just file sole proprietorship, get that step done first. Now, if you have questions as to what does this mean, what does LLC mean, what is sole proprietorship, that's where you can go over to our business wellness section, and we have a lot of information there as to how you can find out about the different types of entities and what will be best suited for you. Because not everybody may need a sole prop, and not everybody may need an LLC. So making sure you first understand what type of entity is going to work for you. If you have questions as to what the different type of entities there is, we're here for you. We can definitely answer those questions. We just cannot, just disclaimer, we cannot tell you what type of entity you should go and file for. So that's going to be step one. And then after you file that entity and you get your business established, like Crystal said, just making sure you really understand this industry that you're going to go into. Really understand the market that you're going to be going into. That's essential, because you're going to need to know who are you going to go out and market for, who is going to be your clientele. That's important. So ensuring that you know that aspect, get your business registered, and then definitely find a good banking partner that's going to be able to help you grow.
Okay, and then one more, if it's okay. What is one service that you feel that you wish more business owners knew about? Like if there were a hidden gem of our products and services, which do you think that it would be?
First of all, our free basic business checking, because it's free. It really is. We know that we have a lot of other services, like I mentioned, Business ACH, RDC, and those will come with a small fee, but nothing compared to the big competitors out there. But we truly do have a free business basic checking account, so we want our members to know that. The other is that you can have funding here at Shell, even whenever you're a startup. So that's essential for our business owners to know, is that you will have a partner in us when it comes to that. Yeah.
All right, thank you so much. And then I have a question for you, Crystal, if that's okay. If you were to look back and you were to go day one, you started your business, you're going to give yourself one piece of advice, what would that be? You gave some really good advice, but one piece of advice, what do you think that it would be?
I'm going to revert back to making sure that you make strategic steps when you're starting your business. It is so vitally important on what we learned, not to jump too fast, because then you're starting to form your foundation of your company on solid feet, instead of constantly swimming, trying to catch that next big break, or trying to catch that, making sure I can cover this. Starting off with real strong strategic planning, making sure that you have step-by-step everything in line, forming the foundation of the business, understanding what you're getting into. To me, that was very, very important, of not rushing the process for us to get to where we want to go. Everybody has a big goal in mind, right? Everybody wants to be rich and famous, right? Whatever. It's great to have big goals, but to get to big goals, you're always going to have to go step by step. And for me, that was just the biggest thing for us to start to grow and start to move where we want to go. That's just always been my biggest thing.
Awesome. Mm-hmm. Thank you so much. I just dropped something. All right. Does anybody here have any questions that you would like to ask one of our guest speakers? Yes.
I do, and this is just, I also have a business, I'm also a business owner. One question that I would like to ask, as the lady that owns a business, how do you deal with stress?
Ooh.
Some insight.
That's
That's hard.
That is a great question. So the question was, as a business owner, how do you deal with stress? Amazing question.
I don't know if I have a great answer for that. This man right here, he takes on a lot for me. But just remember, you got to breathe through the process. Sometimes things are going to be difficult. Sometimes things are going to feel like you can't see the light at the end of the tunnel. But that's when you got to revert back to that strategic planning. Say, what do I need to do next? Don't think of the big game picture. Think, okay, I need to get to this next step. What is that I need to do? And then, even get with Crystal. I've done it a million times. I would send her so many emails. I'm sorry to bug you again. What is it? What do you suggest we should do at this moment? And then she would give us some suggestions. We would talk about it, and that would be my next focus. So always try focusing on one thing at a time to get to your next move. Because then when you get to the next move, then you can say, okay, what can I do next? And I try to also take to what I even tell my kids. As adults, sometimes we feel like we know everything. And as business owners, at some point, we feel like we know everything. But you don't. And the moment you stop learning is the moment you're going to start failing. So always go out there to do your research, to say, hey, what's my next step? What else can we do next? We achieve this. What about we go somewhere else? And then start building those stepping stones to get to that. Start laying out the groundwork to get to that next spot. Thank you. Yeah. Just breathe.
The moment you stop learning is the moment you start failing. I love that. That is amazing advice just for life in general, honestly. I love that. Awesome. Thank you. So any other questions that we have for our speakers? Yes, ma'am.
So let's say that I want to start doing some pop-up vendor markets. Is there some sort of an app on the phone that I can use to take credit card payments and things like that?
Oh, that is a great question. Okay, so the question was, is there an app that or something that we can use to take credit cards? Crystal?
Yes, so that's actually one of the services that we offer is merchant services, and there's different ways that you can accept card payments. We can set it up if you have an iPhone to where you can start accepting just with your phone or just a small little device. We actually have a few members that do that have small boutiques, that do pop-up markets, and so we do have merchant services available that can help you be able to accept those payments. Yep.
Is there a fee for the transactions?
The question is there a fee for the transactions? Yes, there is processing fees for the transactions. That's all going to depend on the volume that you do annually, but there is a fee. And if you have any questions on that, we can definitely discuss and let you know based on your volume what those fees would be. Yep.
And just as a reminder for those who are watching live, if you want to put any questions that you have in the chat, I can see those as well, and we can ask our speakers as well. But any other questions?
I have a question.
Yes.
So we mentioned the website information for business owners. I also heard a statement made about all the help. It's all related to finances, right? And opening accounts. Is there any in this website or maybe in the office any networking for business owners when it comes to marketing or even clinics that work with the bank that you have relationships with through a networking platform to offer those connections for like this man that would like to talk to somebody or to someone for credit card information or for legal advice? Does it extend that far or is it more just related to finances and bank and interest rates?
No, so there's several things within the business wellness. There's it's different topics. It's not just here's a loan. It's actually something that is offered, not necessarily a Shell driven. So it's not going to talk about Shell products, but it's more so resources that are available. So there's learn how to do bookkeeping. There's different topics on there that will be beneficial. As far as networking, this is a seminar where we have it for networking as well. So part of this is to have y'all network with each other as well. And this is actually our first business seminar that we have available. So our business owners can also network together. But any feedback that y'all have, if there's anything else that y'all are looking for, please let us know. So like that, our marketing team can take that and maybe bring up some ideas. Yeah.
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 Like marketing for what we have going on and help like Facebook marketing now and all kinds of
Yeah.
things.
Oh,
So,
yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
more tools, and
be able to
maybe
market
it
your
won't
business.
revenue, but it's just there as informative, and then it'll help drive business for everyone else too.
Absolutely, for sure.
Yes, yeah, I was gonna say, in regards to that, definitely any feedback that y'all have about things that you would like to see us offering in the future, I'll talk more about the surveys in just a minute, but there's some surveys in your bag. I would definitely love to see anything that y'all would like to see. And then from the marketing side of it, we do have a business development team who works with a lot of businesses in our community. So definitely feel free. Y'all could reach out to business development at shellfcu.org or marketing at shellfcu.org if that's easier to remember, and we can get y'all to the right people for any questions that y'all have about how our business development team works with like our local businesses and stuff like that. Yeah, good question.
If I may.
Yes.
So I know that you got a loan and you had to wait a period of time to get another approval for another loan. I'm new to this.
It's
It's
okay.
less than a year. I got a credit card approved right away. Is that in the IEN number? Is the credit card beneficial to increasing credibility and from a credit standpoint for my business? Or is it loans only for businesses?
Good question. So, as far as like a business credit score, if that's where you're asking, and I'm sorry if the question didn't get repeated for those online. The question was, the gentleman obtained a business credit card, and he wanted to know if having that business credit card would build his business credit. Business credit cards in general, whether you have them here at Shell or even Chase, the bigger banks, they don't necessarily report to a business credit bureau. How they will benefit you, though, is for us, we do tend to look at how well is this member, as far as how well is this member using this credit card. We may ask for statements, which is what a lot of business lenders will do. But the credit card is still beneficial to you to be able to kind of utilize that as capital, right? Use it for fuel, expenses, whatever the case may be. But essentially, to answer your question, it won't necessarily report to a business credit bureau, if that's what.
Loans will report to a credit bureau?
Depending, not for the most part, if I'm being 100% honest here, a lot of lenders, they don't report necessarily to a business credit bureau. Business credit bureaus will look a way different than a consumer will. It's more so how. I don't know if a lot of y'all have heard of Dun & Bradstreet, but that's one of the main business credit reports that are out there. And it's more like industry driven. So it's just going to say, hey, John Doe opened an account, opened a business. This is how vital it may be because it's brand new, And here at Shell, if we were to go based on that, we would deny a lot of members because it may say like they're too new, it's too risky. But we like to look at the person as a whole, right? So not only are we going to look at your business, but we're going to look at you as well and help that get that approval together. So, but for the most part, loans are going to be the ones that report, but it's going to be the type of loan. So a lot of times, maybe the bigger loans. Hey, this person got a loan for X amount of dollars, and then it'll kind of report in that manner. But it's not necessarily how you would see it on a regular consumer credit report. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Yes.
Well, so, and probably for you guys, some industries require, in order for you to operate, like certain amounts of insurance level. How difficult was it for you to establish that, or was it really expensive?
For us, it's just the transportation.
I'll hand you the microphone.
For us in the transportation,
Repeat the question.
Some industries require certain amounts of insurance in higher levels because you're dealing with lots of stuff, and especially I would assume for transportation, you got to probably insure the load that you're doing. So, how difficult was it to establish that insurance, or was it really expensive?
so it's not difficult, but it is expensive. It is pricey. especially when you first start. The down payment it can get up to $5,000, depending on how much you need insurance for. Like most transportation companies require at least $500,000 for cargo liability. So that'll cost you probably about $3,500 a month. So you establish that, but the more equipment you have, the more trucks you have insured, obviously the less you're gonna pay. Then it becomes a group after that. You get discounts and stuff, but it is expensive starting out. Yes, it does get expensive.
Thank you. Do we have any other questions from anyone? We do have some questions from our chat. First question is, does the merchant service provide a phone number for Zelle as well, or maybe a QR code for online sales?
So the answer to the first question, does it provide a phone, is it a phone number to Zelle? A phone number for Zelle? No, it does not. You want to think about it as a processor. It's not linked to Zelle, but you are able to set up a QR code for online e-commerce. So you can do online. If you have an online boutique, you're able to set up a QR code for those. And actually, the QR code is something that some of our pop-up owners also use, because instead of having to select or type in a credit card or swipe, they can just set up the QR code. Their customer can just scan that QR code and then submit their payment that way. So that is one of the things that they are able to do.
So your checking account can't be related to a Zelle phone number, only their personal?
The question was, so does a business checking account can be linked to a Zelle or just a personal? At this time, it's only on the personal. We are working on, hopefully in the future, being able to offer it on the business checking account. It's just not quite there yet. Yeah.
Awesome. And then next question, do all Shell FCU locations have a business services advisor or manager, or is this only available at the Deer Park location?
Great question. So at this time, we only have the personnel at the Deer Park location, but we are available to speak with anybody over the phone. We meet with our membership that's all around Texas, really. So if we're always a phone call away, so just give us a call.
Thank you. All right. Any last questions? Yes.
So a lot of times on some businesses, you do contract services, and if you're dealing with another business, then they might want to pay by PO. So how do you handle that?
So if they want to pay on PO, you are able to accept automated clearinghouse payments, which is ACH. We'll give you a form that's going to have your account information. You'll give it to that contractor or vendor that you're working with, and they'll just direct deposit into your account.
And does it work the other way too? Like, can I issue a PO to pay? Basically, can I purchase with a PO?
Yes, yeah, you would just, you will have to obtain their banking information, and then you can submit a request to do an ACH. It's what it's called. It's a automatic transaction, and then we'll send it that way. Yeah.
I think I might have seen was there another hand? Or was I seeing things? Maybe I'm seeing things. Okay, any last questions before we wrap up? Y'all are such an amazing audience. Can we please have a round of applause for our amazing speakers? Thank y'all so much. On behalf of all of us here, we really, really, really appreciate y'all taking the time to come and chat with us. Just a couple of things as we wrap up. Let me do something here. There we go. Okay, so thank you so much for attending. There is a brief survey, as I mentioned, that is in the bag that you have. If you would take a moment to do the survey, we would greatly appreciate it. It's just going to ask, how you felt about the seminar today. If you have any feedback or anything like that, any other topics that you would like to see, and there is a pin in the bag as well, if that helps. If you're watching online, we will be emailing you the same survey to your email address that you used to sign in or to RSVP for the event, so keep an eye out for that. I do have some information up here. This QR code will take you to our website, so if you would like to go on there and get more information, you can definitely do that. And if you have any other questions that you think of, our amazing business services team are going to be here hanging out around as y'all are leaving. So if you have any other questions, definitely feel free to ask. And I think that's going to wrap it up. Feel free to help yourselves some more refreshments too on the way out. You don't have to rush out. But thank you all so much for being here. I really, really appreciate it. Bye, everyone. Thank you.